So today I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about the business of esports, especially a certain game called League of Legends. League has had a pro scene since 2012, and ever since then they followed the relegation system, which is a lot like the English Premier League, where they'll take the bottom teams each split and relegate them down to a different league, a lower league called the Challenger Series, and bring in the top teams from that Challenger Series to compete in the LCS. So this year, however, League moved over to a franchising system where they have the same 10 teams each split. So I'm just going to kind of be talking about my analysis on the pros and the cons of this switch into franchising. So some of the pros, I think it'll be a lot easier for the casual fan to follow when there's not different teams in the league each split. You kind of have the same, consistency. It'll also be easier, likewise, for companies to sponsor teams. When there's not that threat that that team might be out, in just one split, it'll be easier to invest in the teams. And I also think it will be a lot easier for teams to sell merchandise, like jerseys, hats, shirts, stuff like that, when there's no threat of them getting relegated. Because before you would buy a shirt and maybe the team would last one split and then they'd be gone and you kind of wasted your money. Some of the cons, I think the franchising will be like teams may tank without the relegation, because there's no threat anymore that you might not be in the league. You kind of just do as bad as you want, like in the NFL, and nothing's really going to happen. I also think it'll be harder for new investors and organizations to get involved in esports, especially when it's such an up and coming industry. I think that'll be bad for the scene in general. And also with this new franchising, that means they're getting rid of that challenger league, that lower league, which actually brought in a good amount of viewership because people are watching these teams, and the best teams will be in the LCS next year. So there's kind of some incentive to watch. However, overall, I think the switch is good for the league going forward. I think it gives a more professional environment.